Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Well, welcome. We're going through Exodus right now, and today we are starting chapter 17. And this chapter is dealing with water from the rock, which we're going to talk about today. And then the next 3 episodes after that, we're going to be talking about the Amalekites defeated. Okay? So let's talk about water from the rock today. And this is taken today from Exodus 17, verses 1 through 7. We are also going to be looking at 1 Corinthians 10, 1 through 4. If you fail to understand some sections of the Bible as you're reading through it, read further, because some other sections of the Bible may explain what is happening there. And this is one of those passages today that you read through it and you're like, wonder what that meant. Well, we turn to 1 Corinthians then and we find out what was being talked about here. So let's read here today Exodus 17 verses 1 through 7. It says this: the whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, and they were traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" Good question Moses is asking there is, why do you put the Lord to the test? He's taking care of you. It wasn't too long ago that the same type of thing had happened. They ran out of water, and they were only 3 days, from the Red Sea at that time. Ran out of water, and they're like, "Oh Lord, why are we going to die out here?" And Moses provides water, and the water is bitter, but he throws something into it, a log into it, and the water changes. So let's see what happens here today. They're complaining again about the water. Now, they are traveling through the desert. You are consuming a lot of water with all these people. And if you've ever been in a place where you've been like dying of thirst, you thought you were dying of thirst, you can really get grumpy real quick. There's been times where I've been maybe out running, or more specifically out bike riding, and my water runs low, and I'm like, oh no. And there's been times where I finally get back to where I'm going, or I stop at a store and stuff and buy 3 things to drink just because I'm so thirsty. And that's what was happening to the people here. They were like thirsty, and then they think they're going to die. So verse 3, but the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" Okay. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I to do with these people? They are ready to stone me." The Lord answered Moses, "Go out in the front of the people, take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile. And go, I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and the water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled, and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Okay? Now, turn in your Bibles with me to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 1 through 4. All right? And this is Paul writing to the Corinthians here. And it says this: "For I do not want you to be ignorant of the fact, brothers and sisters, that our ancestors were all under the cloud." Okay, they were under the cloud. What we're reading here in Exodus, the cloud was leading them during the day. "And that they all passed through the sea. They were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea." Going through the sea is a picture of baptism. All right. "They all ate the same spiritual food and drank the same spiritual drink. For they drank from the spiritual rock that accompanied them, and that rock was Christ." Okay? So if you turn back now to Exodus, this is a picture of this the rock here and him striking Moses striking the rock is a picture of Jesus. Okay, so you have different things in the Bible here, and really it's pointing to Jesus. And this is just another example of something pointing to Jesus. So the rock represents Jesus, and that was how the people were saved because of, with the water flowing from that. And you're thinking to yourself, what significance does Moses striking the rock do? Well, before salvation came through the water, Jesus had to be crucified and died, and that is the significance of Moses striking the rock. And it signifies that, his crucifixion, and then the water flowed from that, the salvation coming from that. So that whole picture is showing that Jesus is the rock. And so that's what the title is today, The Rock, and that rock is Jesus. Thank you for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Exodus. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.